The idea today is to traverse through, understand AWS Cloud. First and foremost, we'll understand why cloud is a hit. So generally, what happens, people, is that when there are systems that you build, a deployment coming up, or even to build, you need to provision some environment, or you need to have some infrastructure to get things up and running. It used to take a lot of time, approvals, etc. And then there happened cloud. So when cloud happened, everybody started to just be able to go a few clicks and get the application up and running. Cloud infrastructure that is totally virtual, you can just use what you need and pay for it. Of course, because of this factor, it automatically lowers the total cost of IT. The other thing is that about capacity. The pandemic was reducing the hotel bookings for their customers. But now that it is up, the performance needs to be made up. It's just a configuration change. So that's the capability of cloud. Experimentation is always something that you don't invest too much on. You need to be having that elasticity to quickly do some experiment, get back and say, okay, I'm done, stop the instance. So that's that innovation increase that automatically happens along with the cloud. All the heavy lifting, all the unnecessary work. Imagine we had a data center within office to run all these instances. We should have somebody taking care of the racks, the servers, the cooling, the power, the networks, all that stuff. Now all that is taken care because we are outsourcing this onto the cloud. And the other part of advantage that you can see is that you do not have to worry about edge computing. If you have to provision something in the US, etc. earlier, there's a large process. You have to get them validated. You have to then position your server there. Now it is drastically improved because within a few clicks you can position your servers almost anywhere in the world. So that brings us to the core types of components that AWS provides. There is going to be a global AWS infrastructure that is hosting all this virtual networks and computes on top of it, in a very effective, efficient manner. Where this AWS cloud is, these are distributed across various locations, as you see here. How much does it cost? There are some free tier data. You can register and start using it, try it out for POCs, etc. So now after free tier comes the on-demand, which is the common instance that normally organizations start off with. The reserved instances mechanism is to reserve the on-demand instances that you took. Then comes a spot and a dedicated instance. Dedicated instances are, of course, instances that are beyond reserved. They are launched and set up very specifically for some specific needs where there might be worries of security, etc. But then spot instances are something that you can bid for and use as required and then throw it off, or it will be revoked when that spot is taken over by somebody or at a higher price. Compute, storage, databases are some of the very core services. So one of the set of such services that are available, EC2 is a very common compute service. EC2 stands for Elastic Cloud Compute, which is equivalent of your virtual machine, a virtual server. Let us quickly go and see what it really takes to actually create one instance. If you go into the console, you will see a menu of all the types of services. You select compute, it will show you all the EC2, and then you choose EC2. Then you will show you all the different types of EC2s that are running. Let us make sure that we are choosing the right region where we want to launch this EC2. Then when you go and click on launch instance, that is where it lets you choose an Amazon machine image. So then you select AMI, then you choose the size of the instance. This is very critical. And then you select next, give the number of instances you want to launch, and then you choose whether it is a spot instance or not. Skip it for now. You have to choose which network this is going to be, and then you choose the subnet within the VPC where it should belong, and then you can enable to assign and you choose an IAM role. Overall, these are some of the steps that you just need to fill in, as easy as what you saw here. Next step is to configure the security group, and then you review and launch the instance. And this is the final step. You say, okay, this is all what I gave. Fine, all that is fine. Then at last it asks you to choose a key pair. Then you launch it. It will launch. It will take a minute. Sometimes even sooner it will launch. And then it will show you this list under the launched instances. And then what you see is the private IP that has been assigned to it. From then on, you can use a private IP to access it if you're from within the network, or you can assign a public IP and access it from outside. All that stuff is so cool. It's as simple as what you saw here. Thanks for getting into the cloud first step.